What's up, guys? It's me, Jonathan Ardell. I'm with my twin brother, Blake Ardell, hence the name Twin Talk, I guess. And today I kind of want to talk a little bit about an article that I saw on Google. And the headline is this: Georgia leads the race to become America's #1 death destination by the Washington Post. First of all, what's your opinion on the headline of that article? And then a little bit broader, we'll get into it. What's your opinion on Georgia's reopening?
Well, I think that's dishonest journalism, dishonest media, really taking a jab at, again, another Republican-led state. I don't know what Georgia's doing differently than the rest of the states. They seem to be doing the same thing that every other state is doing, which is considering all options, protecting themselves from the virus, and eventually striving to reopen. This just seems kind of like a slanderous attack to me. I don't think that the Washington Post always has a good grasp on reality. We see a lot of these outlandish headlines from them. Georgia is not going to become the death destination. It's not going to beat New York. It's not going to beat New York City. And I sure hope it doesn't. I just hope that people take the correct precautions when opening up the economy and opening back up the country. But that headline's pushing it a little bit too far.
I was going to say, I kind of think the same. Whenever you're talking about a headline in journalism, you would say Georgia leads the race to a reopening, a large-scale reopening, or something that's very journalistic, less opinionated. Obviously, here on Twin Talk, we talk about the news, but we'll put our opinion and just kind of common sense to it. Yeah. But I think that is very, very bad journalism to literally act as if Georgia's intentionally trying to become a death destination, is what the article called it.
It almost sounds glamorous.
Yeah, it just is. It is slanderous, and you're right. It seems like they're trying to add the glamour of, like, oh hey, they're opening back up, and coronavirus is going to kill everyone again. Yeah. It just goes to show how much fear mongering there really is. Also, on top of that, like you said, it is important to note that Georgia is led by a Republican governor. And the election last time was very close for a race in Georgia with Stacey Abrams versus, the governor Kemp. So when you look at the historical trends, I think it was a low blow by the media to try to kind of put Georgians at an uneasy situation. And I think that that's something that should be addressed. Also, my greater thoughts on the whole reopening is this. It's not a completely hard reopening. Now, the bowling alleys thing, I'm not really sure about. I don't understand. I already feel gross in a bowling alley whenever I go without coronavirus. I'm always washing my hands, and got the little fan thing on the gutters and all that. I'm always concerned about health at places like that. But whenever we're talking about getting a haircut and other things like that, by the way, I need one. So
me too.
I think I might have to go to Georgia real quick to see if I can get one. When you look at all that, there's a serious trend of trying to support those businesses while also providing a service. And here's the thing that I don't understand. If we're all asking to reopen the economy, are we just going to reopen what we think is vital or even non-essential but okay, and then just leave behind every other service? That's something that is weird to me, because there's going to have to be one day where you just reopen everything.
Right.
So whether it's now, whether it's in 2 months from now, 4 months from now, we don't know. And we'll keep with the trends in Georgia. We'll see what the stats say. It could become a hotspot for coronavirus. We don't know. But to automatically make it that in an article that with no proof, that's the thing that scares me.
And as long as there's no vaccine and as long as there's no cure, it's always going to be dangerous to open back up again. But it's something that we have to do, because it's equally as dangerous to let our economy go in the dumps. It's equally as dangerous for a lot of people who have depression, mental health issues, other physical health issues. I mean, think about all the elective surgeries where somebody could potentially have cancer that could be discovered during them. But no, we're going to shut everything down. And by the way, hospitals are actually, in fact, hurting because there's not as many COVID-19 patients as they thought that they would have.
And
so, every business is hurting.
So when you cancel elective surgeries and you make it basically a COVID zone of, all right, all we're doing is COVID-19, and then you have less patients, you can't support yourself with everything else that's going on. And then on top of that all, when you look at that, there's mass layoffs going on right now in the industry. Why? Kind of like what you said, people don't want to go in and get non-electives, and also people are scared of going into a hotbed of COVID-19, right?
Yeah.
So when you look at those issues, I think that's something that might need to be resolved, and hopefully they'll find a way to do all that. But I think reopening the economy is good. It has to happen eventually, and I know that a lot of people will say it's kind of pushing the envelope. Well, I just hope that regardless of if it is or not, that it can be done safely.
Yeah, and it's pushing the envelope to keep the economy closed for so long.
Yep, for sure. Well, thanks guys for listening to our little opinion on this. We hope that you guys follow us. We'll put a graphic with all of our socials right after this. So thanks guys.